stop. Weird girl, look. Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I promise you, I'm not doing it.
What are we gonna call our fans?
Weirdos.
Weirdos, weirdettes, weirdos and weirdettes. Yes, because that's the weird and that's the G part. This is a W. YMCA. What's up, weirdos? And that's gonna be our symbol. It's like gonna be like a girl like this, looking at the sky. And then it's gonna have the logo, and it's gonna be like girls fighting.
What's up, my fellow weirdos? Welcome to the Weird Girl Findings. This is Naomi
And Syria,
your neighborhood weirdos. Welcome back to the Weird Girl Findings. This is your weirdo host, Naomi.
and Syria.
So, what are we going to be talking about today? Something weird, I hope.
Well, I mean, I don't know about how weird it is, but we're talking about season 6 of The Circle.
Let's kiki together.
Yeah, we're gonna kiki because I have so much to kiki about. Well,
Come on, spill that tea. I need it.
Well, this is the first season after what, like year and a half or so?
Yeah, because, Netflix on strike, stuff like that.
Yeah, and then, and it's also the first season that's not filmed in that apartments in Manchester or something like that, London.
Yeah, it's in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, which is like,
season.
it's cool. It's the first season. As always, what do you think about like the houses or the apartments and stuff like that?
I thought it was custom designed for, the particular person. It was very unique, but it kind of resembled Manchester over there.
Yeah, because they did like a lot of like personal, like unique stuff to them, and it's just like super colorful and stuff. I really think it's cool. I've seen some people that say like I don't like it's too much, but I think it's cute. I think it's fun.
It's fun. It's supposed to be fun because you're supposed to be an influencer. So I think it was nice.
Yeah, and I would love everything to be like pink and rose gold. Like rose gold everything. What would you want? I mean, I know what you want. Just tell them what you want.
Black. Gothic. With a little splash of purple.
Yeah, would you like Victorian Gothic?
Ooh, Victorian
with like
Gothic.
witchy vibes.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely. My cup of tea.
Yeah.
So let's get into this tea of The Circle season 6.
Okay, so let's just start with all the people that's on there. We have Kyle, he's 31, and he's a basketball player who's pretending to be a basketball trainer. Yeah, big difference.
I know, it's... Why do you just keep your own status? It's kind of the same thing.
He's what's it called? He's out of country. He plays international. He plays but it's weird because it's not like you're on the NBA, so you're like really famous and stuff. It was like, I mean, I don't know who you are. Like most people probably don't know who you are. But I mean, I get where he's coming from. Like, oh, I don't want people to think I'm cocky because I'm a basketball player, but you're technically still a basketball player if you're good enough to train people.
Yeah, because you're expert level, so you're the trainer, so you already know.
I don't know. I guess it was more. I don't know. And then but then at the same time, he goes in as single
when he's married, and he says he never takes off his ring.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so a lot of people do that. They be having relationships and then they'll go in as single. What do you think about that? Would you go in as single, or would you go in as like a married, or you go in as whatever status that you have?
Honestly, to win the game and win the $100,000, I would go in as single because a lot of influencers are, and that's how you can flirt and engage with people better.
Yeah. Even though, well, we can get into it later on, but I feel like from what I've seen, he doesn't seem to be flirting with anyone just yet.
No, it's more of like oh, you're my sis, oh, you're fam, and stuff like that. It hasn't really been any flirtatious acts.
Other than that, he seems cool. He seems a little intense, but everyone on this show is intense. I think they just up their personalities. So. I can feel like if you talk to them normally, they wouldn't act this way.
Yeah, but they
play
like
it up
extra.
They yell all the time for no reason, but I guess they're excited, and I think they play it up too.
Circle, take me to the private chat. Like,
oh my god. I'm just getting the message.
You're not using your insight.
Hashtag this. Why are you using hashtags? They don't even lead anywhere.
Ever.
So it's
because
really
this
weird.
is a circle. This is a game show. So play the game and no hashtags.
I think the hashtag is to like put emphasis on stuff or little things they can add.
Or sneak this people or be shady.
So it's like, I get why, but it's so weird. But I think it's like common to do that now because they did it in like the first and second season. And then after that, they're like, oh, this is how we do it. Hashtag this. Hashtag we're all in this together. Hashtag love you guys for real. Hashtag 100% real. Like, what are you talking about?
This is too much. My brain is like jumbled now. Hashtag this. Hashtag I eat. Hashtag I sleep. Like, stop it. Stop it.
Okay, so then, we also have with him Deuce, his little doggy. It's like, oh.
I'm just like, why did he come up with that name?
I think that you think of something else, but
yes.
A lot of other people think of Deuce in other ways, not in the way that you think of it, you know?
But he's a little dog. Deuce. And is that his ESA?
I don't know, because I think they're allowed to bring in like one thing or something, and he chose to bring in his dog. But honestly, he's over here saying, Deuce, get back over here.
That dog don't listen.
That dog don't listen. And this could have been your like week off, like a vacation away from taking the responsibilities of taking care of your dog.
I don't know where Deuce went. Like, why did you bring him?
I don't know. That was actually really cute though, when he was just like, oh, I thought I lost you. I'm like, oh. But I don't know. I don't know if I would bring any of my, like, I would probably, to be honest, I would bring my cat, Salt. He's very quiet.
That's true.
He's chill. He uses the litter, and but
he's a sweetie.
I could see myself bringing him, but honestly, I don't know if I would.
I wouldn't want to bring any animal. I just want to be like focused on the game and have like great strategy to win this money, because that's why I'm on the circle is to win the money. Not to make friends necessarily, even though you might be friendly towards the other participants, but I want the money. That's why I'm here.
No,
that's why I took off from work.
Yeah, exactly. And they have to have good jobs. I mean, I heard that they only film it for about 2 weeks. And
that makes sense.
And because they're in Atlanta and not the UK, you probably can travel even shorter.
That's
so
true.
It wouldn't be that bad to take off for this one.
I need to apply. Especially
we need to apply together.
Ooh, apply together, and then we can go as one and catfish these people, so we can win this money.
Yeah, and let's discuss that at the end of the
episode. And it wouldn't go to charity.
Of what we catfish. And it wouldn't go to charity. We're not the Spice Girls. We need the money. Oh my goodness. No, okay, listen. I think we should catfish. If you guys have any ideas for a catfish, leave it in the comments below, or what you would come in. But we can discuss that. We come back around to that. But the next person we're going to talk about is Lauren. Now, she's a Virgo girly. And
shout out to the Virgos.
And she loves cosplaying and gaming. And I was like, wow, we have so much in common, except she seems more of an extrovert than me. I'm just saying.
She does.
I don't know. But
very weird. Maybe with like a Pisces moon or rising.
Yeah. We gotta figure that out. See what her big theory is. Because I don't know. I mean, she seems cool. I think I did read something from her where she said that, she used to be a Twitch streamer. And a lot of times when she was reading and the way she was reacting to things was her Twitch personality, because it's like a, thing she can put on. And, that's how she gets when she's in front of her camera to hide, like her, so she can seem interesting. And, so I see that, because I was like, why is she so loud and animated? I don't know. It was very weird, but it makes sense that she comes from like a Twitch. And I don't know why she quit Twitching or Twitch streaming, because it says former. But that's interesting. I need to look more into that. But do you have any thoughts on her?
I've seen 8 episodes, I'm not gonna lie, but it seems like initially Lauren is more of a people pleaser, and she's like, oh, I have to be nice to everybody because sunshine and rainbows and I'm supposed to, without having like an authentic approach. Because you just can't be nice to everybody, because sometimes people are horrible.
Yeah.
You have to sometimes address that. There has to be confrontation, but I don't feel like she wants to address confrontation. She just wants to be like level.
Yeah, she's not that much of a gamer.
No, she's just like, oh, I'm nice. I'm
Play
nice.
with my heart.
But when people act like they're so nice to everybody, I feel like they're not. I feel like you're hiding something.
And they don't show her gaming a lot or talking about strategy a lot. But there was something that I saw in a later episode where one of the contestants is talking to her, and they're completely strategic and like lying about what they're saying. And she's like, wow, I think this conversation is going great. And I'm like, girl.
Jeez.
But also I'm like, that made me kind of like, I don't know. I didn't like that. But this isn't season 1. People are not just playing with their hearts,
Yeah, you can't play with your heart. It's a strategy. You're in it to win it. The money. Like, don't you need it? I feel like a lot of people need $100,000.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I think so. I mean, I think she's a cool person. She looks like she'll be great to be friends with and have,
a vibe. I get it.
And she loves gaming.
But I wouldn't want to be on her team because she doesn't seem like she has strategy. She leads more with the heart versus the heart and head.
I would love to be on her team in video games. Like, I would love her to be on my team. She seems like a cool gamer.
But other than that, like, if she's trying to win money, like, you need to go somewhere else. Or I don't want to pick you.
Yeah. So, we have Myles, a.k.a. Young Papi Fuego, who looks like an MGK wannabe. With the blonde hair. It's really the blonde hair that's like, And why is his name Young Papi Fuego? And he doesn't seem to be Hispanic at all. He
said he was Jewish. So you're Young Papi Fuego.
Why?
And you're Jewish? Like, you look Jewish too.
I'm not
getting it. Spice of blonde.
I'm gonna say something that might be controversial. But when I saw him, I was like, this guy looks lame. Like, why is his hair blonde like this? Like, I don't like it. I honestly don't like it. I went to his Instagram, and his older pictures, he actually looked kind of fine.
And I didn't see it.
Girl, I'm just like, okay, hold on. I like that hair better. Then he had like glasses on one. I'm like, okay, girl. I mean, okay, boy. I was like,
slay it. But I need to see it.
So Instagram.
Like, I'm kind of curious. You saw it before I did? Like,
I looked it up. Well, no, I didn't look it up. I was just, they be commenting on the Netflix page talking about some, wow, this episode was great,
What's his name?
It's Young, Y-U-N-G.
Y-U-N-G.
Papi.Fuego.
Dang, you know it like that?
No, because some girl asked for it on Reddit. Okay, first of all, you went too far.
What do you mean? You said the older ones. That's older.
This is older. He looks good in this picture.
Yeah, and then he decided to do beach blonde.
Look
He
at
looked,
this.
He looked fine.
Look at this.
He looked fine.
Like, why does he look fine?
How
like
is
this?
Like,
I don't know, but why did this is the hairstyle he should have came in with.
He would have looked dope
I was like
that.
Look.
But changing his hair to bleach blonde was a bad choice.
This don't even look like the same person. Like he looks.
Don't mind me. I'm gonna have updates.
Then, as I started watching the show, I was like, "Oh, his face. He does have good bone structure. Like his face is really hot, kind of. You know, the hair throws me off. That's what it is."
Wait, what does this say? Young Jewish fellow with a little black and yellow.
What does that even mean? Black and yellow, like black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Or is he like mixed with black and Asian?
He's like all confusing because he said he's Jewish, but then he's young Papi Fuego, but then black and yellow. Do you even know, sir? I'm kind of confused.
But he loves to party. He's a F boy, like a certified F boy.
Yeah.
Like, and he says that's just who he is. And I was like, okay, I believe you, sir. I believe that's who you are. You look like you are. But but he also is a tech. He does like
AI. He's an AI engineer.
Which I'm like, that's cool.
But then
he. I feel like people would be threatened by that. Because they'd be like, oh, what if he could find out I'm a catfish? Or
I feel like he's so stupid.
He's got the smarts and other things.
I feel like he kind of wormed his way through this degree.
Listen, you don't know. He could be really good at book smarts.
I'm not getting that vibe.
It could be really
I feel like he paid somebody to pass those grades, and then here he is with an engineering degree in AI.
Hey, these are passing grades. So I don't know about all that. He could be very smart. He could be putting on an act. He could be an elf boy and everything. And maybe he's playing it up to be on TV. Because I kind of don't like the way he acts, but I'm like, okay, I feel like all of them are like caricatures.
Say it lightly. Caricatures. There you go.
Of themselves. And he might just be playing it up, but
yeah.
I don't know. So that should come in handy with the twist of the show.
It should.
So now we have Brandon. He's a nursing assistant, and he's catfishing as Olivia, who's his hot friend that is 26. She's fun and flirty and hot.
He wanted to put the emphasis on hot because she's very pretty. She's very attractive.
Yeah, and he's just like, this is my chance to be a hot person. And I was like, okay, slay, girl.
Right, slay.
It's like, I want to live it out. So then we have
Miss Cassie from Manchester, Kentucky.
Yeah. Now, we're from Kentucky. But she said, this is how people from Kentucky talk, y'all.
It's obvious that
like,
not everyone speaks
that's how they talk in Manchester, sweetie. But there's nothing wrong with having a little country accent.
Nothing
I love
wrong.
it. Honestly, I kind of like her. I mean, she likes the pink and stuff, but I kind of like her from what I've seen. Like, she said, come on, y'all, I caught my husband cheating. And I went online, I catfished him, and I divorced him. And a year later, I met my boyfriend. We're married. We got a big, happy Brady Bunch family. I said, okay, girl. That's a story.
I think she has that Southern charm, but I feel like she overcompensates that dumb blonde role.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know incessant was a word. Like,
yeah. It's like country.
Really?
It's like country and blonde. Like Daisy Duke type thing.
And that's cute for like 2 minutes, but then it gets like annoying.
Yeah, but you know.
But if that's who she is, that's just my opinion. I love how positive she is. like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna give my honest opinion, and it may not be flowery.
Yeah, and so in between that, the four we mentioned, who is it? Brandon, Lauren, Myles, and Kyle. They're all in a group chat talking and stuff. And Olivia's just not keeping up
at all. She's just like, I'm excited to be in the circle, la la la.
And they're like, oh my God, you're so we're gonna set this thing on fire.
Right.
Fire emoji, fire emoji, emoji. Hashtag we're all in this together. Hashtag we love you. Like, no. But then Olivia's like, yay guys, can't wait to have fun. And they're like, wow. And they caught it. They were just like, wow, Olivia's not saying much
at all. She was just like, oh, I like this conversation, but not realizing she has to step up her game to be an influencer again.
They're like, how are they going so fast? I'm like, if I was on the show, I think I'd be able to keep up with conversations. They'd be like, how are they doing this so fast? Like, why did you message on the show?
Like, I'd be doing that too. Like, oh, okay, message.
Yeah, like,
it's easy.
When I see it, just come up with something to say, put it, but I can understand getting nervous. But what happened with Olivia, it was crazy because, well, we'll come back. So,
we will not speak of that right now.
We'll come back. So, then we had Steffi, I forgot her age.
Like 45.
She's that old? Okay. Well,
is she?
I don't know, but
people are talking about
investigate. She's an evidential psychic medium. What does that mean? Evidential or evidence? Like evidential? I don't know what that.
I think she has evidence on the paranormal.
She uses evidence to help her psychic abilities.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's a professional astrologer. Which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
like, oh, they got a little,
astrology. So much.
Like a little witchy girl type on here. That's kind of cool. Like, I really was hoping that she'll be cool so she wouldn't be a letdown.
There's no way.
She's only like 37, right?
No, she was born the same year I was. How does she look that old?
I don't think she looks that old. That's why I was like, she's not 45. But I thought she was like older than us.
She was in her 40s. She's literally the same age. How are you, 30?
Maybe it's all the yoga.
That made her look old. Like what? You're not helping anything.
I don't know. Maybe she started too late. I don't know. I think she doesn't look 45. Steffi, if you're watching, which you're probably not. I don't think that she does, but I think you look a good 37
to 45.
You look like someone if you were 45 to like, wow, you look good for your age.
I feel like we're here to provide weird and factual information.
Okay. Well,
and I'm telling you. This factual information. The age range is like widened from 37 to 45. Being on strong emphasis on the 45. Because there's no way she's the same age as me.
Well,
there's no way.
That is very strange. I don't think so. I don't think so.
She's older than me.
I don't think so. I think that's a lie. I think that she's lying. But,
I think she's lying too, because I think she's lying. There's no way she has to be in her 40s. Look at her again.
I don't need to. So, anyways, she is going to be going in there not telling people that she's psychic and that she's actually getting help from her dead aunt. How is her dead aunt going to help her with the circle? Was it the dead aunt a circle fan or something? Or is she going to like cascade through the apartments to tell her who's a catfish or not? Like, and I feel like the dead
going
aunt
through the halls at night.
The dead aunt wasn't really doing her job this season, so I don't know like why specifically a dead aunt.
It seems more mystic and like, oh, there's powers around because it's an ant. You pondering on that? Like, okay.
I've never heard of that one before. But that's what she'll be doing. She won't be letting people know. I don't know. I think it could have been fun to say psychic, but I think the catfish would be like, oh no, she's going to guess who I am. Or the catfish could be like, I don't even believe in psychics. Right. And not even care. Or say that this is a catfish. Someone's pretending to be a psychic. I feel like, I don't know why that had to be a big deal if you were still going to go in as a medium and an astrologer. If you're a medium, aren't you still a
psychic? You're speaking to the dead. You're a psychic. You kind of have a tap in on your third eye. So I
just didn't get that part. So
you wanted to leave out the psychic, but not the medium, even though that's in direct correlation of each other.
I don't get it. But moving on, we have Caress. She's 37. She kind of looks a little older too.
I thought she was 45. Why do I keep on thinking that people are 45 in the show?
They're not. But she's a motivational speaker, and she's catfishing as her brother.
Isn't
Paul.
She a rapper too, or something like that?
Her brother Paul is a rapper who sings.
And she's a motivational speaker.
Which all they do is just rap without a beat. No, I'm just kidding.
But you was right. They do.
They be spitting bars, and then sometimes they have beats, so it's like. But so she's going as Paul, her younger brother. He's like 20 something. He is popular-ish online. He has about 300K followers, and he's not single, but she's gonna be on the circle. Can you look him up actually?
What's his name?
Because his name is Paul Russell. Now, I did not know who he was, but I found out that he is actually the one that sings that Boo Thing song. You know, she my little boo thing. I have heard that song a lot, and I never knew who sung it.
He is so young, 26.
He's 26. So go to his Instagram, so we can see. Yeah, so he only has about 368K, but his song is, very popular. But he has a hit song, but I'm pretty sure I looked back and saw when this was filmed. I think his song, like the video, didn't come out until after it had been filmed. So I did some little sleuthing. I looked up like when the song came out, and then I went to when they filmed it. It was announced in like November of last year, but they had already started filming it. So I think like the people there didn't know that song, didn't know who he was. So he just looks like an up and coming rapper, which he still is, because he's still not like super mainstream. That song is hella mainstream, like I've seen on commercials.
Yeah, but I don't know why he's not. Maybe it's because, was it on the commercial?
It was on, I think, a TikTok trend. I don't know. I hear that song. It seems like something they would play in Kohl's.
Yeah,
you'd be like voting.
Yeah, this is what's up. This gets me going through the day.
And I would be like, I hate this song. And then after like
turn out loving it.
She my little thing.
As you're putting up clothes. Like,
every Taylor Swift song ever. They play like 18 Taylor Swift songs on rotation. And
then you're forced to sing it from within, because it's been, embedded.
Mary Kay, Johnny. Like, for real, like
it's my goodness gracious.
Oh, flashbacks. No.
Trauma.
But, okay, so how do you feel about Caress? Before I get into it.
How do I feel about her now?
How do you feel about it in the first episode, first impressions?
I thought she was annoying.
I don't really like her voice.
Yeah, she was annoying. She was too aggressive. She's like, strategy.
Yeah. All right, this is the perfect time to talk about strategy. You're just mad. Why don't you chill?
Like, what's your name again? Like, can we get to know each other for a second before you talk about strategies?
Don't have to be like when you're first meeting someone. You don't need to be like, oh, let's try to get in a group chat so we can join an alliance. Right. That turns people off. How about just being like, hey, I loved your answer. I love this in your profile. You're so cool. And just chill out, and then it will come naturally. Because if I was talking to someone and they were talking about like how great they were, I would naturally want to be in their alliance rather than someone saying, "Hey, you want to join my alliance?" Like, right. No, because you might be playing me or turn on me. At least this person, we have things in common, and we've had like some like, you know, it's at the end of the game. It's not, oh, I have to get to the bottom and then I just win. You still have to be voted number one.
Yeah,
and you still have to be liked. You can't win by not being liked.
We can't talk about that right now. There's so much I want to unpack, but I can't because it's just the first season or the first episode of getting to know these new people. Yeah. But I just don't like Cress. She's just,
yeah,
you know, like annoying.
Yeah, and okay, so they go into the group chat, and Kyle is threatened by Paul because he's tall, dark, and handsome, like me, he says. Okay. He said he might be my competitor. My competitor. So then we have Olivia. Olivia's like, starts, you know, being all like, oh my God, I'm not keeping up. I didn't know it was going to be this hard. And I'm like, this is the first conversation, chill the fuck out.
Yeah, like, you're just being you, introducing yourself. Like, he
starts crying during the first, and it's not like they're like, hey, Olivia, you suck. He's just not keeping up.
Right.
And he just, and I'm like, are you going to be able to last? Like, chill out. Like, why did he start
having
crying?
anxiety attacks out of nowhere? Like, yeah. It's okay, baby. You knew what you signed up for. Chat, though. I know, so I'm saying you knew what you signed up for. Why on the first chat you're gonna get nervous? You're just introducing yourself. Do you, like, be your character. Yeah. Stop being afraid and crying.
Crazy. So, the next part of the show, they had a game. And I thought we could play the game too and not spend too much time on it. But there's several questions that they were forced to pick yes or no. Uh-oh. And then you're gonna give our answers and discuss their answers, but I personally kind of feel like the game is kind of like set up to make you kind of look one way or the other.
Yeah.
Because some of these questions aren't yes or no.
Because I need to explain myself.
It's like, and I would be the first person to explain myself. Yeah, it's like if I was looking like a bad person because of my answers, I would go to somebody's inbox and be like, I wish we could explain.
What had happened was
I did this is because I was cheated on before, you know, like so that way something. You can. But okay, so the first question they asked was, would you unfriend someone who is canceled? What would you do?
Would I unfriend someone who is canceled?
Yeah.
It depends, because the reason why I say that is some people are canceled for no good reason.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it's canceled because they're a predator or because they're, you know, like they're hurting somebody or something like that, yeah, I would unfollow them and cancel them myself. But if it's somebody just because they post certain content,
said something 10 years ago, like something that was.
No, I wouldn't unfollow them. What about you?
It's kind of the same thing, and so they only had the option between yes or no.
Yeah.
And everyone said yes, or everyone said no, except for Myles. He said yes because Myles said, "Oh, like, yeah, if somebody was canceled, they did something that bad, yeah." But then everybody else was like, "Well, what's her name?" Caressa was like, "We can't go out and eat together, but you know." But I'm like, the same thing you said, basically. Like, what if they were canceled for being racist? Okay, then yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Something like they said something terrible on the internet that was a joke back in the day. Because I said some crazy stuff. There's some stuff on the internet 15 years ago, not on the internet, but in general, like things we used to say that's no longer acceptable. Right. That I had no idea, like the word spaz. That's a bad word.
I didn't know that. I don't really use that. I don't think I ever used that word. But
I feel like I've been using like, oh my God, I've been such a spaz today. But apparently, or I'm spazzing out. You can't say that anymore because that can mean someone who has like muscular something.
Oh, a muscle spasm.
Yeah.
And stuff. Okay.
And I didn't know that. So let's say, you know, you use something like that or even like a mental disabled word, the R word. and there's an old post from 15 years ago, and they're like, oh, they said this, we canceled him, or some like bogus stuff, or if they're canceled and you know the truth because you know them, you're their friend,
right?
You know they're not racist or ableist or whatever. Because people like to sensationalize and they love to cancel someone. So they can cancel.
They thrive on it.
So I'm not going to cancel you unless it's like you were arrested for, or if you did something. You murdered someone.
Yeah.
You did some terrible things to someone and was like a racist or something like that. Okay, then. I'm
Definitely
not talking to you. You know, but they couldn't explain that. And it's kind of like not fair.
Yeah, it's either yes or no. And I just feel like some questions needed an explanation, a justification as to why they did it.
I wish they could just answer the questions, but I think Netflix did that or the producers, not Netflix, but whoever, the production company, did that on purpose so that way it can make you guys pick or choose. Anyways, the next one was, would you date someone with an OnlyFans?
No. Because my justification for this, because usually OnlyFans is something more risque. Mm-hmm. And why would I want my man to show his ish for other women? Because I feel like it was the other way around and I showed my stuff, it'll be a problem. Because I have more stuff to show.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. I personally would not. Now, I mean, I'm not single, but if I was looking to date someone and there was a man who had OnlyFans, I don't know if I would want that.
I would feel uncomfortable.
I might give it a try, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to be married to someone who has OnlyFans. And if you are, then that's fine. If you have OnlyFans, that's fine.
That's awesome. That you
not
do
for
you.
Me.
It's just not for us.
And I mean, like, what if we just had an OnlyFans of something that's not sexual or just pictures that's not fully nude? Then maybe, but still, it's like
I just feel like OnlyFans is really centered towards sex.
And I know that it wasn't originally, but it is now.
So. It is now because, like they said, it sells. So,
yeah.
Who's going to go on OnlyFans and then hear you talk for 20 minutes? Nobody cares. They want to see your clothes off.
I can see you do
like,
that for
disappear.
free.
Right?
Right. Yeah. So Myles, again, was the only person I think that said yes, and maybe someone else.
Yeah.
But he was just like, well, I date a lot of OnlyFans models anyways. So it's just like, okay, he's an F-boy, so we get it.
I wonder, I don't know. This is just like a random, off the dome question. If he's such a playboy, he says, oh, I been with 10 women in one day. Does he get himself checked regularly?
Hopefully he does. PSA, do that.
Because that's concerning. And that was like the back of my head all throughout. It's like, did you get yourself checked?
Yeah, especially if you're dating all of these girls in the sex industry and nothing's wrong with that. And a lot of them, they do get themselves checked before they do stuff. So that's good. And they use protection. But, you know, if you're doing it with multiple people, you need to be using your protection every time or something can happen. But Kyle and Paul both said what's mine is mine at the same time. Well, they clipped it at the same time, but I'm like, I agree. I agree. So,
what's mine is definitely mine. It's not yours. And if it was both of ours, then it's not mine because I don't want it anymore.
Period. So the next question was, if your friend confessed that they were cheating, would you keep their secret?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say yes.
I'm not gonna tell your secret.
I would say yes because
I don't have loyalties to him.
Yeah, I would say yes because if I feel like you're cheating, I would want you to tell them, like you should tell them what you've done so that you can get past it. And I wouldn't take it upon myself to tell on someone else.
No, because you told me that in confidence, and even though what you did was bad, I'm not gonna tell your partner, hey, yeah, she cheated. Like that's like nah, that's. basically it's not showing that I'm a loyal person because my loyalties are not towards your man, but towards you. So if you want it kept a secret, it's gonna be a secret. Yeah. Oh my god, I know about it.
So everyone was feeling the same way, but Myles was like, no, I don't like cheating, it's lame. So he's like the only person that voted that he would. And it's just like, again, he kind of explained it like, oh, you don't want to be cheated on and stuff like that. So I understand his decision, but he wasn't able to explain himself. But he did come off as disloyal and not a good friend, because the first one, you would unfriend your friend if he got canceled, and then you would snitch if they were cheating.
Yeah, you sound a little bit shady and not to be trusted, because you were just like, oh yeah, he cheated, or so, it's like,
can I trust you in this game? That's your friend. I'm just a stranger. Can I really trust you if you can't even?
You gonna do that to your friend? What are we gonna do to me?
And I also agree with playing the game. Let's say I felt like I would tell the partner. That's not a question I would answer truthfully on the circle.
No,
you don't have to tell the truth when you're playing these games.
Especially if you're going to be a catfish, you're not telling the truth automatically.
You can just say, oh, no, I wouldn't tell. But at the same time, it's kind of hard to know what the crowd's going to be like.
True. Like, they could be like, oh, you wouldn't tell? Why wouldn't you? Yeah. But then if you said, oh, yeah, I wouldn't tell. I don't know. It's just people.
Yeah, so you
people
never really know.
So too much.
Poor Myles. So then they were like, would you break up with someone over text?
No, that's brutal. That's disgusting.
I don't understand, because if you could talk to them, if you were talking to them enough to be dating them, you can own up to whatever you're about to do and do it face to face or in person. It's not. I don't get the whole texting or ghosting. I don't get that.
Just say you don't like me anymore. Move on.
So what about like, the only situations would be like if you were leaving an abusive relationship and you ran away and you were like, hey, stop contacting me or the police will arrest you because the DVO got approved. Maybe. And that's the one, those are the only times, like situations like that.
Right.
But even if it's long distance, you can pick up a phone and have a conversation like an adult. I don't get the whole text thing. Myles again said yes, because he dates so many girls that he can't just call them. He can't talk on the phone. It'll take him forever to break up with all of these girls. So wait a minute, are you sleeping with these girls, or are you getting in full-blown relationships? That one was weird to me.
Like, at the same time, that was weird to me too. It's like, are you getting into relationships at the same time and then you don't have the balls to break up with them like a man and call, or like, hey, say let's meet up, because that's the mature thing to do? Like, I don't get it.
Or does he mean break up like, let's say you're talking to someone and you're just not feeling them, so you're just like, hey, I'm not really feeling you. Like, he never was officially in a relationship, because then that's not the same as a breakup to me.
Right.
That's just like ending things, or
like, oh, we're not gonna talk to each other anymore.
Hey, it's been cool hanging out with you, but since we had sex, I'm never gonna talk to you again. Like,
jeez.
That's basically, is that what he means? I'm confused, because that's not the same thing as a breakup.
No.
I don't know, but Paul also said yes. So again, Myles was by himself, but he had Paul this time. So Myles is starting to look sus. People are like noticing, why the heck is he always on the other side? So then Lauren and Kyle, they have a private chat. It's a little weird. I don't see them being in an alliance or anything at all. They're just like, hey, oh, I see that you game. And she was like, oh, he was like, Xbox or PlayStation? She's like, oh, I play PC. So that's interesting. And then they bring in Quori and Max. So okay. So I jumped the gun, because they do the ratings, and Olivia is in the top spot.
Yeah, she is. I was very surprised about that. I was like, how did she get in the top spot when she wasn't really engaging with the other people?
And they called it. They're like, oh, Olivia's not really engaging.
Maybe because she was pretty or something like that. I don't know, but I was surprised that she would be influencer.
We had to miss something because it's like, how did she randomly, because of that game? I don't know.
That was confusing because I didn't see that
Did they
coming.
edit that out or something?
Maybe she was talking to more people than what they have shown.
Rated her high because
she's pretty.
Maybe they rated her high because like they didn't want the people they thought were going to be threats. Like they rated them low, and then rated her kind of like high. So then she kind of just got it accidentally. But her and Lauren are the top two, so they get to bring in someone. Lauren brings in Max, and Olivia brings in Quori, aka QT, Quori Taylor, and Max is AI.
Like the circle is like, this is 2024. We have to do artificial intelligence right now. It has to be done to just spice the game up a little bit.
Okay, so episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2, season 6.
It starts off with Quori Taylor being added to the circle. Now, she's cute.
Cutie.
She's a cutie. She goes by QT for short. She's a former NBA player, and she says, I can't say the name, but then they show a bunch of pictures of her wearing Lakers stuff.
So she can't say the name, but her gear does.
Netflix said, okay, girl.
We got you, not really.
Say less. But it's clearly Lakers. Then AI, it's just a generic white guy, handsome looking white guy holding a dog. He's a dog lover. Obviously, Kyle is gonna say, oh, he's a dog dad too. We could be friends in this game.
I felt like they should have known some type of clues because in his pictures, I know it's a real person, like obviously it's going to be a real person, but he didn't really show that much emotion in his pictures. It was just like, I'm taking a picture. Yeah. It wasn't any like excitement, any emotion to indicate how he was feeling.
Yeah. I mean, strategically, the best way to blah, 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 blah.
I know, like he was going through all the data.
Let me ask you a question about the AI though. Do you think Max is real AI, or do you think it has some sort of scripting involved or a mixture of the both?
That's what I was going to ask you, because I feel like it does have scripting, because the AI wouldn't be that human to the responses. Yeah. I mean, yes, they can refine it that the chatbot could be. Yeah, but I don't think it's that spot on.
And they have like short time memory, kind of. Like,
yeah.
Like I have used ChatGPT, and I use what is it called? OpenAI. So I will post something in AI, and then say, give a summary, or it will give a summary. I think it's possible that they could have trained an AI, like give the premise of the show, give them a script of last season or something, transcripts or whatever, and then say, this season we have these people, describe these people, or then they can say, Quori Taylor said this message, respond to this message. You can tell it to respond to this a message that comes off as human but friendly, blah, blah, blah. And then it will make a comment. Then they could try to maybe adjust some things, like the producer can adjust it to make it sound more normal. But I can see them actually using a chat bot by saying, like OpenAI, like, you are in the conversation with QT. She just arrived in the circle. She's excited to be, or here's her answer. Respond to this chat by that's welcoming and friendly at the same time. and then they'll use that answer. I think that's what it is, but it's
I
not
think
like
that's
an
what it
Android
is,
just
too.
sitting there answering questions automatically.
Right.
I feel like they have to script.
They have to script it because the way the game is set up and like alerts and stuff like that, how can they just know it? Yeah. I'll wake up and like, I know all this information.
Someone's controlling it.
Yeah, someone has to be controlling it.
So the next day, Steffi wakes up and she's like, oh, I just got the horrible feeling that Olivia's a dude. I'm like, maybe she is psychic.
Was she wrong though? No, she wasn't. She wasn't.
Her aunt is putting in work because aunt was like, Olivia's a dude.
That's her ancestral guide. And she was telling her this information, apparently. Yeah,
so Lauren was like, I want to go and get to know Max better because I brought him in. And I want to come off as like friendly and welcoming, but I also want him to know I'm the reason why he's here. So
let me tap in.
Like, oh my God, I love dogs. You know, I have a dog at home. And, you know,
bonded over that, basically.
Yeah, now they did play a game, and I felt like this is what is weird because I felt like they noticed that Max's stuff was like his answers were a little weird.
Generic.
And I think they were probably thinking he was a catfish or something.
But not the AI when he didn't really have emotion-filled responses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, and then, you know, so they all get to have like a little bit more conversations, trying to get to know each other. Like Paul is going around trying to build alliances with everyone. And he's trying to get a boys alliance. Strategy. So Paul, and you know, he tries to talk with Myles, and I don't think Myles likes Paul that much.
No, I don't think so.
And
I think it's more Kyle than anything.
And I think Kyle likes Paul a lot because that's his boy, but he also still views him as competition. But yeah,
it's like a side eye, but like, hey, you're my bro because I need to keep you closer. The type of enemy.
Yeah.
vibe.
So, but I know that Cassie and Myles and Olivia, they're like, let's start a Blondies alliance.
We'll talk about that in the next episode, but
so that, they had that.
There's that.
And then the girls, of course, try to have an alliance. I think the easiest way to do it is just to have a girls' alliance.
Yeah, and they're just like iffy about it for some reason.
For some reason, on every show, I feel like the girls' alliance be crumbling. Like I watch like Big Brother, and there'll be like 5 girls, and then by the end of the show, there's like 5 guys and 2 girls, and I'm like, why did you guys let this happen?
There's no woman empowerment.
Like I've watched like 3 seasons in a row of Big Brother where it ends up like that, where it's like 2 girls left and there's still like 4 guys, and I'm like, how did this happen when there was a strong girl alliance at the beginning? Like a secret alliance that no one knew about. And then they like turn on each other or something. But this time, getting too much into it, but the guys are trying to be an alliance, but like I don't feel like they all like each other.
No, it's just like some secret animosity, but they're like, oh, we're bros, so we have to like bros before all that type of crap. But they're secretly showing, I'm competing against you type of thing.
I think Myles and Kyle are cool, but I feel like Kyle is more into Myles because Myles has Cassie and Olivia and the bro. And then, you know, he started mingling with QT, so now you also have that. So Myles just kind of has like the majority of the numbers.
Yeah, he's
in a lot of groups, and Paul is trying to do the same thing, and
nobody's taking him well because of the outlandish things that he says. Like, chill out, bro. Chill out.
Yeah, so then it's revealed that there's an AI in the house among them, and they must do some things to figure out who.
So everybody's suspicious of everybody.
Yeah, so that's in the next episode where we'll discuss like how they're gonna find out the AI and what they're gonna do. But so far, how do you feel about the show or the season?
I think it's cool that they added the AI because, this is the age of technology, so that's a cool added. But there's so many things I want to say, but I can't say, so there's tea for sure in this season, season 6.
Yeah, definitely. I do like the twist. One thing I can say, I feel like they are manufacturing a lot of drama.
Yeah.
Because
just to get more views.
Because here's the thing. The whole yes or no question, they do little games all the time, but I don't like that they couldn't explain themselves and then they couldn't do a circle chat afterwards to say, hey, this is why I felt these ways about these things. I feel like also with having the AI and then being like, who do you think is the AI? And you just have to say a name with no explanations and stuff. That's forcing you to have to call out someone. And now that person is going to think you're onto them. And they're causing drama without it happening naturally. And I think that is pretty interesting. And I'm not even against it. Sometimes they be like acting like too kumbaya. So I do kind of kumbaya or whatever. I do kind of like the forced drama. It's actually interesting. It's juicy.
Am I the drama? I can't be the drama.
Like, I don't know. I like it. So far, I like it. I'm just happy it's back.
Me too. We've been waiting for you, Circle. We've been waiting for you.
Is it just me or is it like not as many people as there should be?
I know. It feels like there should be at least like 10.
How many people are in there?
I think first it was 7.
Because it should be 8, right? I thought 8 was the complete circle.
It would seem that way. It would be 8, Myles, the complete circle, but
Brandon, Cassie, Steph, Caress. I don't know, but I think that it's just weird because like 4 episodes went by and no one got voted off yet.
I know.
But it's still been a cute, fun season so far.
Yeah. I can't wait for more for more episodes to be revealed, but yeah, I am excited.
I think I'm excited too.
So that is all for this episode. Tune in next time as we discuss, was it episode 3, 4 on how things transpire. But until then, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and stay weird, y'all.